Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the homestead. So it is a beautiful day today. It's supposed to get to about 80 degrees today, so I wanted to take advantage of this time to get out into the big garden. Tomorrow we're supposed to get pouring rain, so I have this 10-10-10 fertilizer that I need to go ahead and put in the big garden. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so I had just enough 10-10 fertilizer to do this whole garden. I had done the small garden back there with the 10-10, so both gardens are now completely covered with the 10-10 fertilizer. So the next thing I want to look at is my strawberry bed. I want to see if I have any strawberries starting to come up, because I did order more strawberries from the extension office, and those will be coming the beginning of April. So let me check on these strawberries and see how they're doing. Alright friends, so here is my small garden, and this is where my strawberries and my asparagus are. And as you can see, it was covered in weeds last year. All the weeds are still, they're dried out and dead, but you can see how overgrown it had become with weeds. So let's take a look and see if we can find any strawberries that survived this horrible weeds. Alright, so I've already seen quite a few strawberries that are starting to pop up. Let me show you how they look, and this will be their second year here in the ground. Alright, so my plan is I'm gonna go ahead and get cardboard to put in between the rows. I also have thin paper, rolls of paper that is meant for weeds, that I'm going to put in between each of the strawberries, and then I'm going to get a couple loads of mulch from town, and I will go ahead and put the mulch around the strawberries to keep the weeds from coming up in between the strawberries, and then I will also place mulch in the walkways to keep weeds from coming up in the walkways. So hopefully this area will look a lot better. Alright friends, so that is my plans for my strawberries and my asparagus bed. That's going to be a project for another day. I need to be able to have the mulch here and ready to go, and I don't want it to be as windy as it is right now, because that's going to make it really hard to put the weed barrier down while it's windy like this. So, project that I can do right now is I got a couple things in town. So let's head into the garage and let me show you what I got. Alright, so in town I found this greenhouse topper. And this can go on top of one of my raised beds that I have in the backyard garden. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together and see how it works going on the planter in the backyard garden. And then I also picked up a walk-in greenhouse. It's not very big, but it will be perfect to put in the living room. And that way I have another spot that I can put my growing plants in. It has shelves, so we need to put that together as well. So let's head up to the backyard garden and let's start putting this together. Alright friends, so we're going to go ahead and try putting this together and see how it fits on one of these planters that I have already put together. I'm thinking this should be big enough for one planter, but we'll see. Alright, so this does not fit on one of these planters. It is not long enough and it is not wide enough to fit on this one. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this. I mean, I could lay it on that bed over there and just strap it down somehow. But it comes with these stakes that you're supposed to put actually into the bed. So this is supposed to lay somehow inside the bed. And I just don't have that planter that's big enough for that. Alright, so that is pretty cool. It doesn't fit the whole bed, but it does fit most of the bed, and it has a flap that kind of goes down, so it would be in the soil, so it would still keep that section of the bed a greenhouse effect. I just need to figure out how I'm going to attach it to the raised bed, because with this wind, that's gonna fly off in a matter of minutes. So I need to see what I can do about possibly drilling some small holes into the raised bed and then putting some zip ties through and tying it down. So let me head into the pump house, see what I can find that I can go ahead and secure this to the raised bed. All right, so I've got a drill with a bit that I can put a hole into these raised beds, and I got some zip ties. I'm gonna go ahead and drill a few holes into the raised bed, and then I will zip tie the greenhouse to the raised beds. That way they don't go flying anywhere. I don't know about you, but I think that should work. I'll ask hubby when he wakes up if I did a good job with that. Well, honestly, I don't think that's so bad. It will work for what I need it to, and that is to start putting some plants out here when it's nice outside. Then I can close it up if it gets too windy, and then possibly leave them outside when I know it's gonna be above 60, and then they'll be okay out here in the greenhouse. And that was not bad. I think I paid $20 for that, so not bad. I might go get a couple more for these beds, and that way they can be partially greenhouse, and then I can always take this off later. Once summer is here and I don't need it anymore, I can take it off and then I can put it back on come fall when I need it to be warmer as it starts getting colder outside. All right, friends, the next thing I'm gonna put together is this walk-in greenhouse. Once I see how it looks put together, we're gonna decide whether we're gonna leave it here in the garden or if we're gonna take this inside to put my seedlings in. So let's put it together. So I've got the frame put together. Now I need to go ahead and put the trays in there, and then we're gonna cover it with the green plastic that goes over it to make it a greenhouse. So let's do that part. All right, so these don't securely lay, they just lay on top of the frame. They don't actually snap into place. So I'm gonna go through with some zip ties and make sure these stay in place, because last thing I need is to have my seedlings or my plants on there and they get knocked over and they break. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure that these stay secure with some zip ties. All right, so right off the bat, first thing I will suggest, not only the zip ties, but if you're gonna put any plants on here, make it be a tray with your seedlings. Do not put cups on here. This is definitely flimsy and they will fall over. So it needs to be a sturdy tray that you put your cups into. That way they don't go falling all over the place. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the green fabric on top and we'll see how it looks. All right, so having it out here in the wind is not gonna work. It is definitely not built for any kind of winds. This is gonna get torn apart instantly. It's already starting to rip, I noticed on the ends. So, yeah, this is gonna have to go inside. This is not gonna work outside. So. All right, friends, so sorry, my phone died in the middle of telling you about the greenhouse. So if you live in a very windy area and you don't have anywhere to put it that the wind will not take off with it, then it's probably not a good idea for you. I had to end up bringing it inside, and the only place that I could put it where the pup wouldn't chew on it was in my kitchen. So it looks like really funky being in my kitchen, but it's not a permanent thing. It's not going to be there forever. It's just going to be there while I germinate some more seeds. So let's head inside and I'll show you how it looks inside the kitchen. All right, here it is. Big old greenhouse inside my kitchen. I couldn't put it in the living room because my pup will eat it. She does not come into the kitchen, so it's safe in here. So here I was gonna try to put it in the basement, but we couldn't get it down the stairs. It's too big to fit through the door. We barely got it into the house. So if you want it in the basement, you have to disassemble it and put it down there. Or if you want to put it in a room, assemble it in the room. Don't do like I did and assemble it outside and then try to bring it in. Doesn't work. But hopefully this will work out for me. I'll get some seeds in here to start germinating. It will keep it warmer in there than it is throughout the rest of the house. And I do get some sun that comes through here through the windows, so we will see. All right, friends, thanks for stopping by the homestead with me. I hope you enjoyed this video of me putting together a couple of greenhouses. Let me know in the comments if you also have some kind of a greenhouse, either the one similar to the one I have or exactly what I have. Let me know how you like it and drop down a picture of what it looks like either in your yard or in your house. All right, friends, until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. As always, I hope all is well and have a blessed day.